Of KKNW, its management, or other advertisers. This program is sponsored by Manuchehri.
Welcome to the Manuchehri Show, where energy and medicine meet. I will be your host for the next hour. I have over 19 years of healthcare experience and began my career as an energy medicine practitioner while working as an oncology nurse at a Seattle area hospital. My skill in moving energy combined with my medical background have been a catalyst for change in many people's lives. I hope the next hour will be transformative for you as well. Good morning and welcome to the Manuchehri Show. We are live just outside of Seattle. If there's no traffic, it's 20 minutes. If it's traffic, well, just get a latte on your way crossing over the bridge. I'm in my home office, and Benny and Jen, my assistant, are in the Bellevue studio taking care of all of you as you call in and ask your question. And the snow's gone now.
That's probably why everyone's getting through everything so quickly today.
Yeah, the snow's gone, which is really, really great. You know, I have a lot of trees around my house, and so someone has to come and, of course, clean the gutters and all that every year. And I wrote to them couple days ago. I'm like, I still have snow on on the entire roof, but luckily it's gone now because they're coming, I think tomorrow, and they'll be able to clean the gutters.
I actually took that challenge on this since moving down in with my girlfriend in Auburn. I actually tackled that last week. As a matter of fact, I did the gutter issues.
You climbed on the roof?
Oh my gosh. No, it didn't go all the way up there. Hers is a little steeper than what I'm used to on my old house. But I was able to get up on a ladder and do the whole overhang from like the neighbor's yard.
Oh, wow.
You know,
That's still scary.
It was, but you know, I'm like, you just take your time, don't rush, find out where your feet go on the ladder runs, and you're all good. But
well, we're glad you're safe.
Yes, I'm here. I'm back. Yes, everything's fine. Came down all right.
And we don't recommend other people cleaning their gutters or climbing on the roof. You know, it's not a good idea.
Personal preference. I mean, you see National Lampoon's A Christmas Vacation, so it works. But everything's all good. We're all cleaned out, so we're good. Yeah.
Yay! We're all good. And we haven't had a lot of rain this year. I'm really glad we got some snow so far so that everything can get some moisture.
Wash away.
Yeah. And I heard the pass has been very tricky because we've had 2 pileups actually from all of the snow.
Yeah, be safe and, dress warmly just in case you get stuck in there. Everyone's driving, the way they are for conditions, but, you have accidents that do happen. And of course, it was kind of like a tune chain reaction type things. Yesterday, there was like a 30 car plus.
It was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah. So just be safe.
And then, be safe. And in the Northwest, we don't have a bunch of machinery to, take care of snow because we don't typically get a lot of snow. So it can take a while for the city to fix the roads and, get everything to a healthy place.
We do in some areas, especially in the passes. I don't know. Have you heard of the plow names for the Washington State Department of Transportation plows? They've like, McPlowy Plow, I think is name of one of the trucks. And Betty Snow White, I think is another one.
Funny.
So that's
really because we don't have that many. That's why they get to name them.
I think all cities and states should do that. It's amazing.
Well, they have too many in some parts of the country. They can't, okay, we got 500 machines. Let's name all of them. Yeah. That is hysterical. Just kind of proves my point. So why don't we take one of our callers and see what's
okay. Yep. Let's do it. All right. Sounds good. And if you'd like to join us for the Manuchehri Show, it's 877-825-8828, 877-825-8828. And our first caller will be Denise calling in from Santa Cruz, California. Hi, Denise. Denise. All right. So, Denise, we're going to put you back on hold. We'll check back with you in just a second. We'll take now Lynn from Camarillo, California. Lynn, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hi, Lynn.
Hi, Lynn.
Hi, Marie. I love your show. I love Benny.
Aw,
and
nice.
I love your dog, which Charles.
Oh, he's actually in this. He's sitting behind.
He's right behind Marie. Yeah. There he is.
Yeah. This is an early call for him. He's a sleep-in dog. He likes to get up around 10. Have a snack, go on a walk.
Go back for another commute, Yeah.
Well, we love you too. Well, what can I do for you?
Well, Marie, I've been listening to your show. I really just found you a couple months ago, and I think you are amazing. I'm looking forward to taking your Meet My Guides class in February.
Oh, great. Yeah,
And
that's going to be fun.
it looks like a blast. And I'm a very analytical person. I'm a lawyer, but I'm really interested in sort of a general reading, and I'm working on my codependency and my people-pleasing ways. And I just wonder, and I'm just wondering if you can, give me any messages from my guides or enlighten me in any way.
Well, I love that you have that awareness of what you need to work on, because that's 50% of the work, is just having the awareness so that you can actually do the inner work. Your energy looks fantastic. You're taking an energy in the first, third, fourth, sixth, and seventh vortex. No leaks. It looks amazing. I think you're on the right track. I do think you're questioning your profession, and not because you don't have a wonderful profession, but you just have so many other interests that really make you excited. And have you considered either having a second job / hobby, or leaving the law and doing something different?
Well, yes, I have. I am very, I've been told that I'm somewhat of a healer myself, and I try and use that on my clients. I do estate planning and wills and trusts.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's very nice. So I think I agree. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, please, you go ahead.
Okay. Well, yes, I agree with you. You have a ton of energy. You have very high frequency and vibration. You love humanity. You are madly in love with the human race. And I do think working in the healing arts would be an excellent choice for you. So I think you need to, put some energy towards it. And you don't have to put pressure on yourself. You could start off with, well, I'm going to make this a hobby, but maybe I'm going to work less in my current career as I build this, beautiful work into something that's sustainable for me.
Okay. Well,
are you okay with that comment?
Yeah, no, I am. I don't know if it's like mediumship or,
Well, here's how I feel about that. It's like so many times, especially when people because this is how we've been trained. You have to know what you're supposed to be doing, and then you take classes and you work towards it, right? But it doesn't have to be exactly like that. You need to be extremely open-minded and kind of relaxed about it, because you could have multiple abilities, not just one. So we don't want to say, I'm just going to do this, unless you feel so much passion for it and so much joy for it, because that would be that's where you're going to put the majority of your energy. So I would wait until you get that kind of sensation or feeling, and be open to have multiple abilities, not just one. Because to be psychic means that you can read energy, and that when we're helping people to heal, it may be that we do need to talk to a departed loved one or translate for them, or we need to work on their liver, or some other amazing, incredible aspect. So don't try to limit it. Be open to all of it, so that you can allow all of it to come into your life and show you more of who you truly are.
Okay. All right. I will do that.
Yay. Yeah. And take classes that make you excited, have lots of fun, enjoy yourself. And I think the universe is extremely excited for what's next for you in your life. I feel a lot of celebration.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're very, very welcome. Have a beautiful day.
You too, Marie. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah. Thanks, Lynn, for joining the show. 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. If you're just tuning in, listening in. Let's see here. We are going to go back actually and check back in with Denise from Santa Cruz, California. See if she made it back to the phone. Denise, hello.
Yes, hello.
Yay.
Thank you so much.
Hi.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Marie.
Good morning. What can I do for you?
I'm just so grateful to connect with you. I'm looking to see some answers, or maybe just acknowledgement. I am going through what feels like it's going to be a big change in my life, and for the better. And I just want to make sure I'm on the right path. And if there's any messages for my higher good from my guides or people in spirit.
Yeah, well, you definitely are going through something big, because you have a large leak in your root chakra. And even though I agree with you, this is actually in your best interest, you have a lot of fear about it. Like, it's scary. Maybe it was a surprise, wasn't something that you planned, or something happened that you never thought would happen to you. And it would be important if you do a lot of grounding and really have like a lot of conversations with your inner self about, honey, we're going to be fine. We're on the right track. This is going to be great for us, so that your energy system doesn't, come out of your body. We want it to stay in your body to keep you healthy and well. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Yeah, I'm a registered nurse, and I thought that when I began this career, it was going to go a certain way, and it's just gone completely a different way. And I think part of letting go of that control and going with the flow of that process has been a little scary for me.
Well, I can't even imagine being a medical professional during a pandemic, especially when a country that was somewhat divided about what you do about it, the world in many ways was like that. I just can't even imagine the stress and the anxiety and the fear and just the worry, and then the sadness. The other day, after my youngest daughter gave birth, I got to go to the hospital. I hadn't visit. All three of my kids gave birth during the pandemic, one of them twice. And I didn't get to go to the hospital to welcome them or bring flowers or hold a baby or be available. So I'm in the hospital carrying a bouquet of flowers. And I was just shocked by how many staff members stopped me to say, where are you taking the flowers? Like they hadn't seen people walking in the hospital with flowers for years. And they were just like so excited. So I can't even imagine, what medical health practitioners went through. And I think for you, because you're so devoted and so dedicated, it would take something like a pandemic to make you go, well, wait a minute. Am I happy? Am I happy? Wait a minute. You know what I mean?
Yes, definitely. I think the support system in the healing process in hospitals is huge, and having that gone, I think has been tremendously difficult for everybody, the patients and the healers that are involved.
Right. So
Sure.
So for you, the pandemic gave you clarity about, okay, I love the human race. I want to be a part of the evolution of humanity, but I don't think I want to do it at the bedside or in a clinic, that you want to do it from a different place, maybe an energetic place, a more conscious place, a deeper conversation place. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. It's exactly what it is. I mean, I definitely love energy work, and I've been dabbling in it since I was a teenager. And so that plugging that into the Western medical establishment has been tricky, and finding that balance has been hard.
Well, what I learned, because I thought when I became aware of energy medicine when I was a nurse, I thought, oh, great, I'll just teach nurses this and it'll be fine, no problem. But as we know, organizations, whether it's political, whether it's our police, forces throughout the country, our medical industry, or even our legal judges and lawyer industry, those wheels do not change quickly. They change very, very slowly. And you don't want to wait, 20 or 30 years for something to be in a place where you can, do what you love within those institutions. So I'm very excited for you. I have a very good feeling for you. I'm very happy for you. I mean, the same with the first caller this morning. I think that you are making the right decision and the right choice. And what's really imperative for people when they're making big changes in their life is to be extremely loving and supportive to yourself, and to tell yourself you're on the right track and you're doing the right thing and everything's going to work out better than you could possibly imagine. We really want to talk to that inner self that's been programmed to think that we can only be successful under certain circumstances. And that is completely untrue.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you for your help.
Yeah, have fun. Congratulations. It's great.
Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, thanks, Denise, for calling into the show today. 877-825-8828. One more before our first break, Marie?
Sure.
Sounds good. All right, let's do it. We'll travel on down to Texas, and we have Katie joining us. Hi, Kate. Or is it Katie?
It's Kate.
Hi, Kate. Sorry about that.
No worries. Thank you so much, Benny.
Sure.
Hi, Marie.
Hi, Kate. What can I do for you?
So I really am looking for kind of a general energy reading, and then any kind of insights or any guidance from you or my guides.
Yeah. So I'm drawing out your energy as fast as I can, but I'm just a tiny bit slow because I'm getting a whole nother intuitive impression about you, which I'll explain, but I just want to draw out your energy really fast. Okay. So whenever I look at someone and I have this image that I'm having as I'm looking at you, and I know that we're on radio, but when you're psychic, you're psychic. It doesn't matter if you're on radio or the phone or, those things don't matter. I see a lot of dead people around you. And it's actually a metaphor for me. So when intuitives work, the universe works with them to keep building like an encyclopedia of what certain things mean to them, so that when they are doing readings for others or healing, they have kind of like a roadmap of what's going on or what's possible and things of that nature. So when I see that, I know that I'm talking to someone who is a medium, whether that person knows it or not. And the other side already knows that you're a medium, because when someone develops their multisensory abilities, their crown chakra grows really, really high. Unlike the root chakra, which I prefer to stay shorter, like no longer than right around mid-thigh, its pair, which is the crown chakra, can grow thousands, hundreds of thousands of miles, past the Earth's atmosphere and into the heavens. And so beings, dead people, I'm just using that as a understanding of who we're talking about, who are on the other side, can see those who have huge crown chakras that are visible. And so if they want to talk to someone that lives close to this person with that crown chakra, that's who they're going to go to. They're not going to go to a family member or a friend who doesn't have their crown chakra developed, because they're not going to waste their time and energy to try to communicate to someone who doesn't have those abilities yet, or maybe they're not quite strong enough. So have you ever thought about mediumship?
Well, it's interesting because I had this kind of concept come through when I did a Who Am I kind of meditation the other day.
Great.
And then, yeah, just little things like that have been coming through in the past couple weeks.
So you're on the right track. Congratulations. Great job. I love the theme of the show today. I love this. It's just making me so happy, because when a person has found their calling or their work, or, and not everybody has to work, right? People can have a calling to travel the world or raise many family members if they want to. But when anyone finds their calling, it's such incredible joy that this morning I'm having so much fun talking to people who are discovering that and gaining awarenesses of it, and taking those leaps of faith to allow it to be a part of their life here on Earth, which I'm just grateful for. So you're on the right track. Congratulations. You have a pass through in 2 of your chakras, the second and the third. The rest of your energy is actually receiving. A pass through is not a leak. It just means energy is moving fast through your body. And I'd like it to slow down a little, kind of nurture the second and third chakra, and let the organs and body areas that it governs to receive a lot of light.
Okay. Is there anything you would say to kind of enhance my mediumship?
Practice. Start talking to the universe. In some of my classes, I've taught people to start just talking to the walls and pictures and trees, and because everything's really alive with energy. Everything is. So just start communicating, saying, hi, good morning. I'm so excited. Feel free to connect with me. Just start living your life as if you are deeply aligned with your multisensory abilities.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Have fun. Have a great day in Texas.
Yeah. Thanks, Kate, for joining the show. 877-825-8828. We're at our first break of the hour for Marie, and we'll be right back with more with her, and enjoy the show in the break.
The Shift Network has done it again. I am offering another free event, Align with Source Energy, to receive intuitive messages about your health and well-being. This beautiful free course is on December 15th at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Time. In this event, we will explore how the universe interacts with your light so that you can know when important information is coming in, and learn how to ask accurate questions to gain clarity when making important life decisions.
This beautiful course will also give you a sneak peek into my upcoming 12-week course offered by the Shift Network. This new course is an advanced breakthrough course all about communicating with the multisensory world. For more information, visit the Industry Events tab at energyintuitive.com and register for free.
Have something important to say? Want to help improve our world? Need to promote your business uniquely and effectively? KKNW is the answer. Our staff helps broadcasters and podcasters create professional sounding audio. Bring your talent and let our experts help you craft a radio show or podcast that best delivers your message. Learn more at 1150kknw.com. That's 1150kknw.com. KKNW, talk variety that's live and local.
Hello, I'm super excited to be teaching my very first 8-week course all about your spirit guides, titled Come Meet Your Spirit Guides. It will be a fabulous, fun-filled 8-week course of delight through which we will encounter your devoted guides. Unlike my small coaching classes, this is brand new. We will have a much larger class open to many students and available for a much lower fee. Students will have access to a magical learning page that will include a welcome video, access to the course workbook, weekly course recordings and greetings, as well as some more magic or bonus type content. This class will kick off on February 6th. Visit the online courses tab of energyintuitive.com for more information and to secure your spot. I can't wait for you to meet your spirit guides.
Alternative Talk 1150. It's good for what ails you. This statement has not been evaluated by the FDA.
And welcome back to the Manuchehri Show. We are live just outside of the Seattle area here in Washington State. And I know Vinny made me beautiful commercials. Thank you so much, Vinny. That was so great. But just a reminder, I have a free class coming up hosted by the Shift Network, aligned with Source Energy to receive intuitive messages about your health and well-being. It's December 15th at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. And it also will describe my new advanced class that's coming up on the Shift Network. It's a brand new, really amazing 12-week program. It's an advanced course. So just go to energyintuitive.com, go to the events page and sign up for free for this really fun, amazing class that's coming up next Thursday. I'm so excited.
I think everyone's excited. Is that your cat too? Was that just cat?
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
yeah. Finny is now here. I can't
Okay.
believe I have the filter on medium. Yeah, Finny.
That's okay.
He's gonna meow a lot.
Extra
probably.
chattery today. Extra chattery.
He's yelling at me. He's
Right, like, Mom, get off the phone
yeah,
call.
he goes, like, feed me,
yeah,
let me
right.
outside. Yeah, he's very demanding.
So, and when we first started the show, we were talking about names of plows. I found a couple other names that are pretty hilarious. I know the Big Leplowski, which is another good one.
Okay,
so instead of the Big Lebowski, it's the Big Lepowski. And then Sir Plows a Lot, because there's a reference to Sir Mix-a-Lot here in the.
Oh, that's hysterical.
He's a local guy, so it's And then if you're in the area like Michigan, because we get a whole bunch of callers from Michigan, they have a couple plows named Plowosaurus Rex, which is a pretty good one. And then Sir Salts a Lot, so they're very similar to us. So.
Okay, so this theme is like going from state to state.
I love this.
The Washington thing. Okay, all right.
Fantastic.
Well, I do typically name my cars.
Well, sure.
I did it. I think this one, I don't know. No, this one I did not name for some reason. But yeah, I typically name my cars.
So you might have something to do this weekend then.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm getting a new car next year, so maybe I'm just waiting for the next car and then I'll name it. Yeah.
Just like, hey, you.
Yeah. Hey, you.
Hey, you.
Hey, gorgeous.
There you go.
I love cars. I think they're gorgeous. I really love cars.
I had the boys name my car. So it's Trucky 2, because I had another truck. This is the second truck. So it's Trucky 2. They couldn't come up with a real clever name. So
maybe I'll have your boys name my next car for me.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I would love to have their youthful energy, name a car. I think that sounds like a lot of fun.
They're all about it, and the youthful of our shows right here too. So The Manuchehri Show, it's 877-825-8828 for the show. And then if you'd like to join, see her or more information about her online, it's energyintuitive.com. Let's take Shannon calling in from Seattle, the local area. Hi, Shannon.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Hi,
Good.
Shannon. What can I do for
Hey
you?
there. I am calling for a mediumship reading.
Ooh, I love that. That's amazing. What some people may not know, every medium has kind of their own way of connecting, and mine has to do with hair. I always see people's hair first, which is really interesting. You have a couple people on the other side. I'm not sure exactly who you want to connect with, or maybe you don't care. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't care. There are several of them over there.
So you have one, the first thing I see is a woman who has gray, kind of brown hair. I don't know how else to describe it. Like I can see some of her original hair color mixed in with gray, or sometimes people have gray hair that's kind of darker than light gray hair. I know that sounds weird. And she has a little bit of wave in her hair. It's not like super straight, it's just a little bit of wave in her hair. Does that sound like someone in your family that you remember that?
Does it seem like she just got there? My sister-in-law just died 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really? Did she have gray hair?
Well, when she was sick, she wasn't able to color it anymore. So it was.
Yeah. I see
gray,
the original hair color. I don't see hair dye. Let's just put it that way, right? It's really interesting. I wouldn't have originally thought that, that she just got there, but it makes sense because she hasn't quite turned towards me yet. Like I can see her back. She likes the energy of us coming together, but sometimes when people haven't been gone for that long, it's a little weird thing. It's kind of weird, especially depending on your belief systems before you cross over, because it can be a kind of a rude awakening depending on what you believed in. She tells me, first of all, she thanks you for all of your constant prayers that you had while she was ill and now that she's crossed. She says you've constantly prayed for her. And she thanks you for that. She's kind of, this isn't the right word, but it's the word that I'm hearing, that she's a little embarrassed because she didn't want to die. She didn't expect to die. And she fought hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so she's, when you're fresh, you're a little annoyed sometimes, a little embarrassed. You have all these human feelings that you're still kind of dealing with or learning to let go of as you embrace the bigger picture now, a completely different reality. So she says she's working on that. She's working on letting go some of her shame and embarrassment and frustration because she's a strong person. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So strong people, it takes a while for them to let go. It takes a while for them to go, okay, fine. I'll let go. Fine. And she's smiling now. She turned towards me. That's really nice. And she's blowing you kisses. She's blowing you kisses. And she just says, and I'm sure that this has already been talked about, but she just says, take care of the people I love, that I can't be there for. And she doesn't expect you to move in with anyone. She just, to give those people that she loved the same energy that you gave her when she was in her challenge.
Yeah, my brother-in-law's really shutting himself off from people. It was just the two of them. They didn't have any kids, and he doesn't really want to see anybody.
I can only imagine, because people who have strong personalities, they can be very convincing, very convincing. And so she was telling him all along, I'm going to be fine. I'll get over this, blah, blah, blah. And so they weren't really prepared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though things became obvious more recently that most likely things are not going to move in the direction she wanted them to. It's harder to let go when someone's telling you they're going to be fine,
Right. Yeah.
It's just really hard, but he will let you in. He will eventually, he will let you in. And I'm very sorry for your loss. And I'm sorry that your sister-in-law left the planet earlier than what she would have liked. And she's going to be okay. Like she turned again, but then she turned back and smiled and winked at me. Or us, you, her, me, she winked at all of us. And so that means she's starting to get some hope because she's feeling better, when you don't have a body anymore and it's been under attack, by internal forces and medical treatments and everything, it doesn't feel good. It's exhausting. Right. And so she's starting to feel better. She's starting to go, oh, wait a minute. I kind of feel good. So
that's good to know.
She'll be visiting you in your dreams too.
I love that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for calling in. And I'm sending you tons of kisses for loving your family and wishing them well and embracing the multisensory world. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Yeah. Thanks, Shannon, for joining the show. And 877-825-8828. And we'll take now Mary calling in from the Seattle area. Hi, Mary. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Hi. I love you guys, and I love the show and all that you do.
Oh, thank you. We love you too. Thank you so much for listening and for calling into the show, taking time out of your day to hang out with us. What can I do for you, Mary?
Well, a couple of months ago, I had a dream. And in the dream was a friend of mine who died maybe 4 years ago. But in the dream, I think she wanted to meet you.
Really?
You both were in the dream. And that was kind of the thrust of the dream. So I thought, okay, I better call in and see.
I'm so glad you called in. And,
say.
Right? I'm so glad you called in. Apparently I'm flying around, the universe at night, because some of my clients say, you were in my dream or you were in my meditation, last week. So apparently I'm working 24/7 these days. She just wants you to know, because she's been gone for a little while, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
She wants you to know that she's extremely happy and fulfilled and having a wonderful time. And she's very excited with your studies, like your interests, your desire to be more conscious. And she wants to be a part of that with you. Like she's happy to help you with it. When people leave their bodies, they're reminded very clearly that free will is the strongest law in the universe, and we don't have to be obligated to our earthly loved ones, only if it brings us great joy, because joy is really the motivating factor that allows us to manifest what we want here on earth. But we're really kind of inundated with guilt and shame and responsibility and things like that. But when you leave your body, that idea is brought back to you again, more powerfully, and you don't have a body, and nobody needs to eat or work, or you don't need a house or a car. It's a very different reality. And so she's choosing through her free will to be of help for you. It's fun for her too. Like she goes, oh my gosh, we could be great buddies again. We could hang out like we used to and maybe do weird stuff. In fact, she's hysterical. Was she really funny?
She was funny and like forthright, like she would she was just.
So she had a different kind of humor is what you're trying to tell me, or?
I guess.
So you don't think she was funny? You can say that. You can say, I don't think she was funny.
No, I know. I always have to qualify everything. But yes, she was funny, but it was just her own unique way of being funny. I have a lot of people in my family who are funny, so
Sure. No, I totally, and I love the feedback. I think it's important because this is what she shows me. She showed me a picture of some of my historical dates where I'm on a date with someone. I'm like at a bar, I'm having a drink, eating dinner, whatever. And a departed loved one of this person that I'm just meeting, maybe for the first time or the second time, is like standing next to me, talking to me. And she says, that's the kind of fun that you guys can start having. Like you can be out and about in the world and she'll show up and other dead people will show up and you guys can have, even if the person you're dating has no idea that you're having, which was typically what was happening on most of my dates, that you guys are going to have your own individual fun and excitement and experiences that maybe other people in the room will have no idea is happening.
That sounds like so much fun.
So she's cheerleading you on in your discovery of that we are multisensory beings and we deserve to have a multisensory experience, here on Earth too, that we get to have it everywhere, no matter where we are in the cosmos. And she's clapping for you, because she doesn't think she would have done that very well if she were in a body.
Yeah. Well, she was a big learner and I don't know, big teacher of mine, and also tell her happy birthday because tomorrow would be her birthday.
She says, thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And she just kisses you all over your face. And she just loves you. She says that friendship with you is like sisterhood.
Oh, that's sweet. Very sweet.
Yeah. So look out for, some interesting shenanigans when you're out and about in the world related to the other side.
I will, because I think she's powerful. I think she's one of those that could connect easily with this side. That's my
Great.
sense.
Well, I think you're right. I think she wants to too, which is the most important part of this, is the desire is there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time.
Of course.
with me.
Thank you so much, and have a beautiful day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks, Mary, for joining the show. 877-825-8828. And let's travel east a little bit, and we'll take now Kim, calling in from the Chicago area. Hi, Kim. Welcome to the Marie Manuchehri Show.
Hello. Thank you for taking my call.
Hi, Kim. How are you?
I'm good, and I also name my cars.
Yeah.
Really? So what's your current car's name?
My current car's name is Wolski.
Wolski.
That's
Ooh, I
great.
love it.
I like that one. Kudos.
That's a good one. I love it. You know what I love about this is because we're supposed to have fun on Earth. We're supposed to have a good time and enjoy ourselves on Earth. And so we need to make it playful and fun. So good job. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm calling about, I have a grandson who's 4.5, and he's nonverbal and autistic.
Okay, yeah.
And my daughter-in-law she seems so down and overwhelmed just lately, and it's just really unlike her. But he's been in a therapy program for about 2 years, and it's very intense. Like since he was only, like 2.5, it's 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. And I think she sees now or right now she's feeling like he's never really gonna, progress really far, and that she shouldn't have another child. And
oh, well, that's not true. She should have another child. I think she should absolutely have another child. I think, especially since he's in a program where she has time during the day, and she might have to hire help for home. But I think she should have another. I think she should have another child.
One other child.
Great. And if she wants to have another one too, she can.
Okay. And can you give me any insight into energetically what is autism?
So it's really, I'm so glad you called, because, we have this idea of that, in order for people to have a good life, they have to look a certain way or have certain experiences. And that's not necessarily true. Souls are extremely powerful creatures. And when a soul is deciding to have an experience on Earth, if they're going to have, Charles is barking. Okay, Charles.
Easy, buddy. Easy.
Yeah, easy, buddy. Like there's probably some coyotes close to the house, or some deer or something. Shh, you have to be quiet. I'm working. Okay, I'm working. I'm going to kick him out of my office, actually. Right. Okay, there we go.
Sometimes this happens on live radio. You got to take care of the kids, and it's just things work out. He's on his way downstairs.
I think we're having the extra noise too, because this is an extremely important conversation, because so many parents feel, depleted, and that they have failed their children because their child was born. I'm putting my my filter for my sound a little higher too. They feel terrible that that they gave birth to this kid who's nonverbal and can't have a life like we think people are supposed to have a life. But souls are consciously deciding to have experiences like autism or others, to have a disease at a young age, like diabetes, type 1, or to die at a young age. Like souls are choosing that before they incarnate. So your grandson wanted to have this experience. And I think that if we can start to understand that, I know it doesn't make sense to all of humanity, because not all of humanity believes in reincarnation or that souls are making decisions, but that it's important for this soul. Souls, when they make a choice, it's very imperative that they have this experience, they believe, for their growth of consciousness. And when I look at someone like your grandson, who is adorable, by the way, adorable. And he's just so blessed. He has so much support. A lot of times when when people are come into the world and they don't act like everybody else, which I think is gorgeous, but not everybody agrees with that statement. Their soul wants to feel unconditionally loved, no matter what. That's something that they're trying to heal within themselves. They may have had past lives where there were conditions placed on them to feel loved, where they have this very deep-seated, rooted belief that they can only be loved under certain circumstances. Not to mention all the people on the spectrum of autism and Asperger's and whatnot are also collectively trying to teach the human race to change our educational system and stop, treating everyone the same, that we're all unique and different, and that we shouldn't all learn exactly the same. Like, that's not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I believe about all of that. How do you feel about my comments?
I think it makes a lot of sense to me. And the hardest thing, though, for me to understand about his whole situation was that he did talk and stuff until he was about 18 months old. Like, the last thing he ever said to me is he wanted my Diet Coke, and he said, please.
So something happened, whether he picked up a virus or, had something happen to him that he also requested, before he was born, to be in this state. And I can see why then she's so devastated by this, because he wasn't that way and then he became that way. So I can see, why this has bothered her. It may not be true autism then, it could be some other thing that that affected his body.
I was listening to one of your really old shows, like 2008, and they were saying that they thought that autism might be an autoimmune disorder. There was like an ad playing about that was an epidemic.
It's because your grandson's part of a small percentage of people who are diagnosed with autism, and he probably doesn't have real autism, because real autism is something that neurologically affects at birth, because your grandson had communication skills prior to whatever occurred to him. So of course that could be true, that it is an autoimmune disorder, and less definitely for your grandson. For a lot of people who I think are born with limited communication skills in that arena, I think it's more of a neurological thing. I actually have worked with several autistic kids in the past, and I can see their energy kind of in a different realm, like a different reality. And the reality is from a lower vibrational space, and they're a little confused by where they really are. They don't know how to really stay in the human aspect. But in your grandson's case, I would say that definitely this is an autoimmune disorder. Something happened to his immune system that led him to this place.
So is there room for healing then?
Well, if the soul wants to heal, it can heal, if that's what the soul wants. And a lot of times when kids come in with things, they don't necessarily want to change or be different. But of course, if a soul wants to heal, there's always heal. Here's what I would recommend that you do, because it's kind of your daughter-in-law that she's struggling the most, in my opinion. Right? So I would use what if questions, like, what if my daughter-in-law is happy? What if she is filled with joy? Because that could help your grandson get better, to have his mother change her energy, because moms really affect the entire family, or right, that energy, that the main caretaker really affects the entire family. So what if my daughter-in-law is happy? What if she's joyful? And don't analyze or process the question, just silently repeat it throughout the day, and let's see what happens.
I will.
I know you will.
I have been trying to connect with him. I have tried reaching out telepathically a couple times. Is there any way you can tell if he has that? If I have?
Well, he loves you very, very much, and he trusts you.
He has responded. Once I asked, "Can I contact you again?" and he, with his finger, wrote yes.
Yeah, no, he loves you very much, and he trusts you. He lets you in. So you are connecting with him. But can you be okay with the way he is? That's the question.
Yes. Yes.
Good.
Yes. Good. I just felt like, I used to be connected to him, and now like there's like a blankness between, when I'm there or anytime when I'm with him. He grabs my hand, and I think, oh, he's grabbing my hand, but he's really leading me over to the M&Ms. you know.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah.
connects with you beautifully. I think he loves you very much, and it's just not going to be the same connection that you want it to be. It's just different.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Well, thank
Well,
you so much. That
thank
was
you
a
so much.
fascinating experience. Thank you for letting us in, and we wish your entire family lots of joy and lots of healing as well.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a beautiful day.
Yeah, thanks, Kim, for joining the show. 877-825-8828. We ran a little bit longer on that one. Do you want to just continue on through the end of the show there, Marie? Or
Sure, why not?
right,
I'll
let's-
just bring up that I have some spring classes coming up. We have a
Perfect.
brand new
Mhm.
medium coaching starting April 3rd. It's already half full. That's a 12-week course coming up. And then I have a brand new 8-week course, two of them, Shift Your Vibration and Manifest. It's an 8-week course offered at a lower price point. That starts April 19th because we can let more people into that class than my coaching program, which is we cap it at 30. And then we have Come Meet Your Spirit Guides, excuse me, February 6th, another 8-week course where you get to spend time really playing with the multisensory world and getting to know these guides who know you so intimately and learning how to connect with them so that you can follow more of your innate instincts and intuition to make your life amazing.
Perfect. All right, let's take now Brooke, who's calling in from Michigan. Hi, Brooke.
Hi, Benny. Okay, and then I asked to be introduced as the Big Slabowski.
Oh,
That was my maiden name and what everyone called me, and I heard you mention it earlier in the show.
That's so funny. I love it.
I found another one, Snowy One Kenobi. It's another one. Great
My
one.
son's initials are OB.
Oh, are they?
One. He was a
Oh,
goalie.
I
He
love
was number one,
it.
so we
I
called him
love it.
OB1.
Perfect.
Yeah, too cute.
That is
So Marie,
where
I
are,
just have to
where
say
are
really
you
quickly.
again?
I'm in Michigan.
Okay, but where you get a lot of real snow.
Well, actually, I say I'm in Michigan, but I'm not in Michigan. I'm in Atlanta right now. I'm in the transition of moving. Yeah, so
great.
I grew up. My family is still there, but I am physically in Atlanta. So
Love it. I love my father's
I'm
family.
trying to move away from the snow.
Well, I hope you have fun in Atlanta. Atlanta people are fun.
They're great.
Fun. They
Super
really
welcoming.
are. So what can I do for you?
First, I want to say thank you for introducing me to Karen Crawford.
Oh,
I met her on your show, and she was awesome. I had an appointment with her. She was great.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. She is a joy. I adore her.
She was. Listening to the beginning of the show, I think, of course, is exactly what I want to hear, my path. And so I would like to ask for a general energy reading because I've been working on keeping my energy higher and maybe just an intuitive hit from you.
Yeah. So every
that's what I'm
single
looking
one
for.
of your chakras is absorbing energy except one. No leaking, not one leak, which is amazing. Your
Great.
throat chakra just isn't taking it in. It's not leaking. So speaking your truth more, sharing who you're becoming, how you see yourself to be, it's kind of scary, right? It's a little scary to go, oh, so yeah, now I'm this highly spiritual person working on consciousness, like it can be a little scary, but really putting yourself out there is going to actually help you transform more. Does that make sense?
And the funny thing is, that's what I have the most resistance to. So I understand who that is. I'm excited about it, but I think being part of literally the metaverse, like social media, is not for me. And maybe that's not the route I need to go, but that's kind of where I am looking for maybe some guidance.
Well, the reason why this is so important for you to express your truth is because the throat chakra and the fifth layer of the auric field are like best friends. And the fifth layer of the auric field is called the divine plan. It has all of your magnificence, your gifts, your talents embedded in it, like kind of like a quilt. It's really, really, really stunning. It's really made of light, but just to know that it's solid, like your gifts never go away, talents never go away, but to have them illuminated so that you can recognize them and follow them and develop them, you have to speak your truth. When you speak your truth, energy leaves the throat chakra and goes through multiple layers of energy to the fifth layer of the field and allows it to start glowing and shining and illuminating aspects of your magnificence. So that's why it's so important. And I think the part that's challenging is we don't know how people are going to react, but I think we have to let go of how people react. Like I personally don't care what people think about me. I really, maybe my close family, of course, I want them to all love me,
Right.
because I love them so much. But it's so imperative that you start sharing with everyone who you are. Start owning it, start naming it, so that it just becomes a natural process every day. This is who you are, kind of thing. Does that make sense?
It totally does. And I do have a sense of how I will be received. And I'm much like you. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay, good.
Like have that attitude. Now, is there some way you see that I'm best suited to share that truth?
Well, I just think you have to do it in your everyday life. Like the other day I was walking with one of my neighbors, because there's a bunch of us who walk dogs, and sometimes we run into each other and we walk together. And one of them said to me, I just don't really understand what you do. And I'm like, well, I'm highly intuitive. And she really didn't understand what that meant. So I had to like send her things, so she could understand it. And I don't know if she still understands it or whatnot, but who cares? It doesn't matter. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, because I feel when I look at you, you're trying to protect people. You're trying to make sure that they're not going to be uncomfortable. And
well,
I
have
think
been like a peacemaker, or like growing up, I
Yeah.
realized I look back all my childhood pictures and my mouth is closed. I'm like, people pleaser. And then as I've grown up, I look at the progression and I'm like, hey, like my mouth is always wide open in these. And I probably do say inappropriate things. And I just think people are super worried about what the response is going to be, or, offending someone. And I don't have those same worries. I'm able to let a lot
I
of that go.
believe you. I believe what you're saying, but energetically, that's not how I'm feeling. So I believe everything that you're saying, but energetically, there's not this beam of light coming from the fifth layer of your auric field because of energy moving through your fifth. So here's what I'm going to suggest. Sit in the lower half of your body, let's say this weekend, and ask yourself, what is my truth? What really is my truth? And truth doesn't have to be aggressive or challenging or hard, or, it doesn't have to be those things, but your truth could be even deeper than what you're speaking. And truth is extremely powerful. So maybe spend this weekend resting in the lower half of your body and see what else comes up for you.
Well, like you were speaking to that last caller, I feel like when you were saying to her, I thought, oh, I wish that was me. You're talking to her about her seventh chakra, and I could just sense a big pineapple. I mean, I would love more than anything for you to tell me, Brooke, you're a big pineapple. That's her
Brooke,
crown.
Brooke, you get to have whatever you want. You get to have whatever you want. You are a multisensory person. You could have everything that you want. I would just love for you to dive down. You're much more than a pineapple. And pineapple's
I
lovely.
feel like I should be in healthcare because that's what I've studied for the last 20 years. And it's hard for me. I keep boomeranging back to it. But part of me wants to say, screw it. Like, it's not really healthcare I want to do. It's in another fashion, though.
Right,
I want to parlay it
you need to
into
spend
energy
time.
work.
You need to spend time in that second chakra, and you need to just feel your truth. Okay, do that for a weekend. Call me back in a couple of months, and we'll see what happens. Okay.
Perfect. Thanks so much, guys.
You're welcome. Have a beautiful day.
Great weekend. Okay, take care. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks very much for joining the show. 877-825-8828 is the number for the next time. We have 2 minutes left. What do you think? You want to do one more?
Let's go for it.
Okay, let's grab Stephanie, who's calling it from San Francisco. Hi, Stephanie.
Oh, hi, Marie. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. How are you, Stephanie?
I'm just fine. Thank you. I took your course on medical intuition, and I've been doing what ifs and everything, but I find, and I'm in a definite transition away from my old career. I don't know where I'm going, but I just know that I'm overwhelmed all the time. And I realize that I had the ADHD that I've been diagnosed with at 60, when I was 68, really affects my life a lot. I have so much information. I don't know where to go first to quiet down and do to make the transitions I need and to heal. I'm having a lot of odds and ends health problems, and it's like I feel like, okay, you're having these health problems to get your attention.
Right, you're absolutely correct. I don't have a lot of time, so that's why I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you a little bit so I can give you information. What I would recommend that you do, Stephanie, because you are making great progress, you have an awareness. Attention deficit disorder is about thinking too much and analyzing and processing, and gets those adrenal glands activated and brings stress and anxiety. It's really a mental thing, but it comes from the adrenals. Fall in love with you. That's the one thing you haven't done yet. You need to really, really, really love you. Feel it, smell it, taste it. Love, 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 love you. And then everything will appear. Everything.
Okay.
Okay?
So what if would be maybe, what if
I fell madly in love with me?
Okay.
And now I have to go. Benny's giving me all the signals that I have to get off the air. What if I fell madly in love with me? And thank you everyone for listening to the show. It's been a great joy. We all love it. We wish you joyful blessings and a bright day. Bye-bye for now.
Cool.